Sweden could be paying a tough price for its policies on immigrants and multiculturalism as Stockholm suburb erupted into violence for a few hours as crowds of angry masked youths from migrant families burned cars, smashed windows and hurled stones at police officers. What's believed to have fueled the riot was the death of a 69-year-old man allegedly shot by police in the area last week. So to discuss how the mood might be changing in the heart of Scandinavia, we're now joined live from the Swedish capital by Mark Abramson, who's chairman of the National Democrats Party. Mr. Abramson, thanks so much for joining us here on RT to discuss this. Well, we normally have, the image in our minds of Stockholm as a very calm, placid city. So how surprised were you to see those riots? I mean, angry youths setting cars and buildings ablaze.
Well, thank you. Well, I was not that surprised anymore, but this is fairly new to Sweden. And this is a clear consequence of this multiculturalism politics that Sweden adapted around the 80s and increased it in the 90s. And now we are seeing these problems that this politics is not working. And we have seen this. This is not a unique one single occasion. We have seen this in Gothenburg, in Malmö several times, and even in the city where I am elected councillor in Södertälje, in Ronna, we have had these ethnical-based riots against Swedish authorities. So this, I wasn't surprised, but we have seen this in Western Europe. It's very sad, and I think we will see more of this if we don't change the politics in the future.
Well, let's take a look at this particular neighborhood, and it's 80% immigrant residents, and the trouble flared after police killed an elderly man there. I mean, obviously these people feel they're not protected by the police. Don't they have a right to be heard?
Well, I think that the problem beneath this, it can be different things. This time it was this man that was arrested and resisted and then was killed, and we have other things that happen on other places, but the main reason is that they don't identify themselves with the Swedish society or as Swedes, but they are their own ethnical group. They live in their area and they feel this area as their own, and when the police arrives, they feel that the police are intruding into their sort of country, if you would like to.
So how did that happen? I mean, what led to that? Sorry for interrupting you, but what led to that? I mean, how did they their neighborhood or the community where they live turn into a sort of ghetto type dwelling there? I mean, what about the integration policies? Is the government doing anything at all to integrate the immigrants?
Yes, I think that Sweden has been trying harder than any other country in Europe to try to push for integration. We have invested virtually billions into it and of taxpayers' money. We have tried everything that the scientists has presented, and still it's not working. And the problem, the core here is that these people, they don't identify themselves as, they identify themselves as their own ethnical group, and they see to the interest of their group. And with the second generation it's even worse, because they are in between the Swedish society and their parents' society, if you'd like to, and it's clearly not working. It's not working in Sweden, it's not working in France or in the United States. This is something we'll see more of, and I don't think it's solvable to integrate this huge influx. If it was just a couple of people, of course, but this is not. This is what we have in Sweden today is a immigration stream that is so huge that we have no roof, where there's nothing that says we will accept this many or we can accept 10,000 or 1,000, but it's unlimited, and that is basically I think this is really what is escalating, because they want to live with their own people, their own ethnical group. They seek actively to live with their own group, so they concentrate themselves to these areas, and then they feel like they have their own little town in Sweden, and they don't accept or identify with the Swedish authorities. And this is just getting, we have seen this for several years coming up, with police cars. When they are doing work in these areas, there have to be 2 cars, one protecting the other when they work in these areas. People are trying to maintain buildings, have to have guards, security guards. The fire department can't work. We have seen this in Malmö before when they get attacked by angry immigrant youths that feels like they are intruding into their own area, even though they're trying to help. And this is basically not, it's not about bad or good people. It's just a consequence of this politics. And what we would like to see instead is that safe havens, that we help people in their own countries or in neighboring countries.
I understand, Mark, and unfortunately we'll have to, running out of time, we'll have to leave it there. But thanks for talking to us here in RT and letting us know what you think on this issue. That was Mark Abramson, the chairman of the National Democrats Party.